brighten up those dark mornings. Wheeler, Ollie, and Lecter. Mornings at the cabin.
Hello, my darlings. Yes, and you. End of a long week. It is a Friday morning. It is -4 outside. This is Mornings at the Cabin. Ollie, Lecter, and AJ with you. A little bit of snow blowing around. The wind still here. Maybe like a little less fierce than the last couple of days. But how long, seriously, how long can this go on for?
Still rattling building signs. It's, still pretty prominent.
We're like day 4 of this storm, aren't we, at this point?
My barbecue doesn't know where it exists on the deck anymore. One morning it's on the left, another morning it's on the right. I don't know. I got to anchor it down or chain it down or something. It's just a big sail.
Inanimate objects don't know what to do.
Well, even the animate objects seem relatively confused. It's just a little bit blustery out. But anyway, good morning, everybody. Just snuggle on down. Just hunker in and just enjoy that blanket a little bit longer because, it's not much different outside to the way it has been the past few days. On the show this morning, we're going to have pop culture trivia at 8:30 with Emily Blake. Now, I can tell you right now, I will fail at this, but you might succeed. So you should make sure you are still listening at 8:30. Test yourself in the world of pop culture. Emily Blake has Broad Appeal every Wednesday at 6 p.m., which is all things pop culture. Maybe if we all listen to that a little more closely and start taking notes, we might pass the pop culture trivia test, but we will see. That's coming up at 8:30. By the way, on Monday, the president of Northwest Tel will be joining us. Wheeler will still be off in isolation at that point. Probably best for everybody.
That was, just to go back to the Emily Blake thing, that was a very eloquent way of saying, maybe if we listen to her show.
I said more closely. I think you'll notice that I saved that at the last minute. Go
You did. You really did.
away.
Mornings at the cabin, the podcast.
Hello, it is Ollie, Lecter, and AJ with you. Friday morning, coming up on News Time in just a few minutes. Before that, well, we've already had some news shared this morning, and AJ, I won't get you to repeat any of what you said at about 3 minutes to 7, but suffice to say it was a descriptive account of how Dre the dog is feeling and abluting this morning. So, thanks for that.
You're welcome.
I do have a penny update that I think I can provide in slightly cleaner, friendlier terms than your Dre update was before
Less
the show.
graphic version?
Yeah, less graphic, sure. We've taken to weighing Penny
Okay.
because it has become apparent that more food is going into Penny than anyone is providing her. But the question is when and how. And this is a bit of a mystery. So earlier in the week, I would say, well, we waited late last week because she'd clearly, this was when she'd eaten a huge amount of her fellow dog Trapper's food. So she got left at home, she got into Trapper's food bag. She clearly ate a lot of it. The question was how much. And we weighed her, and she was something like 42 pounds. And she's normally high 30s. So, at least 4 or 5 pounds of Trapper's food has gone into this dog.
Wow. And that ratio, for a small dog, that's a huge...
Yeah, it's like an eighth of her body weight, maybe a little bit more. So we weighed her again a few days later. Sure enough, down to 38.5 pounds, 39 pounds. Trapper's food is leaving the system. And last night, 44 pounds. So...
Holy.
So 5 pounds, another 5 pounds of food has found that way into that dog, and nobody knows how. Nobody knows how. At some point yesterday, 5 pounds of food entered that dog. Which food and how, nobody knows. Because the dog last night... the dog was relatively ill, wasn't eating anything, panting, drinking all the water you could provide. You'd put down a full bowl of water, gone. You'd put down another bowl of water, gone.
Oh, my God.
Something has been eaten that either did not agree or the quantity was just so severe that the dog is just having to cope with a dramatic incident within. Because, 5 extra pounds on the scale yesterday evening. And no one has a clue. No one has a clue what the dog has eaten or when. Nothing is missing. So it must be someone else's. Maybe someone else in the offices here at Cabin Radio.
Well, that Studio One garbage was, pretty full yesterday. I don't know, how's it looking this morning?
I haven't been emptying them as much.
Yeah, Penny's
because I haven't had
that,
to.
I think. Yeah.
I think Penny's been doing it for me.
I just checked that one is still chock full this morning.
Okay.
So she can look forward to that.
And keep in mind, too, these garbages have been filled with Thanksgiving bones.
Oh.
These
garbages?
Well, one of them, I know, because I contributed to one of them.
Well,
I
you
put
see,
it in there and I thought, you know what, I better take this out because...
So, Penelope T-Dog best practice, the bathroom garbage cans, she never thinks to look in and are usually off limits to her. So we've been using those for Thanksgiving
and they're taller
bones.
and beefier.
There you go.
Yeah,
Takes a little bit more effort.
But she will go all the way to the kitchen, which is smart because you know you're going to get some good scraps in the kitchen garbage.
Yep. But she's found 5 pounds of food. There's been a 5-pound bird left lying around somewhere that dog has scarfed when nobody was looking.
Man, that dog could eat her body weight.
Well, genuinely seems to be a possibility.
She's getting close, yeah.
I mean, 5.5 pounds.
Did you weigh her after she drank all the water?
She'd had a little bit of water, but she'd also, I mean, again, it's what it is, 7:17 in the morning. I don't particularly want to get too graphic, but there was enough exchange that
I see.
I feel like we balanced out.
You're not concerned it was a water issue?
No.
Yeah, gotcha.
Yeah. So
That dog.
I know.
You got to give it to her, though. I mean,
I think
Don't
that's
give
the
anything
problem
to it.
is
Don't-
that,
yeah.
yeah, people give it to her.
I think we got to give her kudos. That's impressive. I mean, if she was stuck in the house for a couple days by herself, you know she's going to be fine.
If there's one thing you can say about Penny, other than the fact that she's cute, she's a survivor.
She's a survivor.
But she's
She
also
is.
such a wonderful example of the human condition as well, because she's just like me. I went to Bullock's last night. Oh, it was so tasty. But I ate far too much.
Yep.
And spent the rest of the evening just, why did I do that?
Did you
why
weigh yourself?
Why did I do that? No, I can't. I refuse to. I know exactly what I weighed yesterday morning. I do not want to know what I weigh today.
Ollie has a very precise 7 pounds added to
Yeah, exactly. I don't get. It would put. I'm sure it would eclipse whatever Penny's managed to do. But again, there's just so much tasty fish.
Yeah.
That I couldn't stop myself. And so even though I'm relatively sure that my body weight did not increase proportionally as much as Penny's did yesterday, we were both in the exact same boat of just panting away in a corner, having
Lapping
immense
up
regret.
water. Yeah.
And a week from now, if someone put the same thing in front of you, you wouldn't hesitate. You'd finish
No, you
that
do the
sucker
same
right
thing
off.
again.
Yeah.
Yep.
Never
Of course
learn. Never learn. And Penny and I share that excellent trait.
Yeah.
We will never learn from our food misadventures.
The Mornings at the Cabin podcast was recorded before a sort of live, thankfully not in the studio, audience.
In the news this morning on the Cabin Radio website, this is from the legislature yesterday. Yes, they're back. I know you've missed politics in the Northwest Territories. It's been so long. They were all back in there yesterday, and one of the topics for discussion is the fact that if you live on the Ingram Trail, you're not going to have fire coverage from April next year. The city of Yellowknife is saying it's kind of had this unofficial thing in the past where it would send fire crews out there if your house was on fire on the Ingram Trail, even though you're outside the city. That's going to stop in April, and the question is, well, if that stops, who's actually going to come?
So I haven't read the article, but didn't the city of Yellowknife kind of say unofficially, like, if someone calls us and there's a fire and there's concern, we will go out, like...
That's what they said they have been doing up till now.
So if someone calls them and says, my house is on fire on the Ingram Trail, they are going to say no.
That is what they're saying will happen from April.
I honestly find that hard to believe.
It does. I agree
I
with
think
you.
those firefighters would get in that truck and go. And you know, officially, yeah, they should probably figure out a longer-term solution than just hoping that happens. But
And then if it was a movie, of course, they'd be a hero to the people, but reprimanded by their superiors as a hot-headed,
I'd watch that movie tomorrow.
just maverick who plays by his own rules.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, that would be a great
That's a
movie.
great story.
That would be a great movie.
Okay, well, I'll phone Tom Cruise and we'll see what we can do.
Thanks.
Yeah. Okay. I
I feel like Bradley Cooper could pull it off.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll drop a short list because Tom might not be available. You're right.
Yeah.
Keanu?
Maybe a
Anyway.
little short for a firefighter, too.
That's
I don't know.
true.
I don't know if they have to be tall.
Yeah, Christian Bale, maybe. Make it a little darker.
Oh, yeah. He could do it.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Sorry, back to what you're saying there.
Oh, thanks. Yeah. So anyway, in this world, the likelihood is that Tom Cruise will not come and put your fire out from April onwards. I agree with you that the city may well still do that on the day, but they say they won't, and they say they'd quite like the GNWT to pay instead because the Ingram Trail houses are not in the city of Yellowknife and theoretically are not the city's responsibility. So what are you going to do about that? Well, Ryan Johnson is the MLA for Yellowknife North, which includes all the Ingram Trail. And he proposed in the legislature yesterday setting up a hamlet called Ingram Trail. And then, of course, you would be a community in the NWT and eligible for millions of dollars in government funding and just create your own fire service.
There you go.
I love it. I love it. I was driving down the Ingram Trail not long ago thinking, why isn't the Ingram Trail just its own little hamlet? Like you could have.
There are only two people who've ever had this thought: you and Ryland.
Well, I just thought it'd be just from a cool perspective.
Because it's a road. It's a road. It's not a hamlet. It's just a highway.
But there's like almost like suburbs, right? I mean,
Yeah.
you've got Madeline Lake. That's one suburb. Prosperous, Prelude. Like there's all these little suburbs. So if each spot had like one essential thing, like they had like a Weaver and DeVore type store in say like Prelude, and then they had like a little maybe like a fuel depot in Prosperous or like Cassidy Point. Little essential things like that. They may never really need to come to Yellowknife. Like they could just stay within the Ingram Trail and stay within their own little hamlet. Not that they're more than welcome in Yellowknife. I love the people of the Ingram Trail, but it would be
the
cool
people of the trail.
The people of the trail. Trailians.
Trailians. Okay, that is very good.
That's great. I like that. Yeah.
Thank you.
You and Ryland together.
Yeah, we'll team up.
You are.
That is a team you don't want to
dangerous
see.
duo.
Come up with some ideas.
The phrase Trailians on its own has now convinced me that this needs to become a thing.
Yeah.
Yes.
So there is a Hamlets Act, which is the piece of legislation that defines hamlets in the NWT. And it says you need 25 people to get a hamlet together.
Easily 25 people.
Right.
Yeah. Done.
It just needs 25 people. I think you write to the minister and you basically say, hey, we want to be a hamlet. And then the minister I guess there's some sort of process from there. There must be some sort of eligibility criteria here.
With a wave of his hand, he makes it so.
There you go. There must be some sort of eligibility criteria, though. Because you can't just be like, well, we got 25. Basically, two soccer teams last night got together and they've decided to form a hamlet on field 1 in the field house.
Can I create a Con Road hamlet?
Hey, you could use that funding for a better field surface. That'd be great.
You know what? That would be hilarious. That's what a great idea. Tell the city of Yellowknife. I'm sure the city would be on board with this. If we told the city, look, what we're going to do is we're going to declare the Fieldhouse basically its own republic. Okay, Republic of Fieldhouse, which is going to become the 34th community in the NWT. And then we're going to get, I don't know, X million dollars of funding. We're just going to spend all of it on a really nice surface for the Fieldhouse.
Yeah.
And then we're going to devolve the hamlet, put it all back again, and rejoin the city. The city would be down with that.
I think so.
We just said, the Fieldhouse has got to be its own hamlet.
Yeah.
There'd be a temporary SAO for the field house?
Yeah.
Or would you have an SAO for each field?
Oh, I don't know.
Interesting. Yeah, too many cooks might spoil that broth. We don't want
create a civil war between the two fields. Yeah.
We don't want our plan.
Hamlet divided.
Yeah.
Cannot stand.
By the bleachers. The bleachers is neutral ground.
What a very Northwest Territories thing that would be for the hamlet of Fieldhouse to be brought down by political intrigue and nonsense. Like, guys, this was 25 of us getting a field redeveloped. What the heck?
Yeah, if we had to go to those lengths just to get the field redone, then you know there's a problem.
We know there's a problem. Yeah. So there you go. The story's on our website, turning the Ingram Trail into a hamlet to get money from the government and get them their own fire coverage. It's ingenious. I love it. The best part, actually, was that it was a full-on threat as well. Ryder Johnson stood up in the legislature and said, if you don't give the money for them to have fire service, I will turn it into a hamlet, and we will get millions of dollars.
Awesome.
And I kind of want the government to call that bluff. I want to see
spoken.
it. The Trailians have spoken. This is Mornings at the Cabin. Oh, AJ, that's your best contribution in history of Cabin Radio.
Cabin Radio's Morning Show podcast. All the best chat, none of the embarrassing mistakes.
Ollie, you like the AJ, and now Sarah joining you on your Friday morning. Morning, Sarah.
Good morning.
Have you weighed the dog this morning?
I have not, but I did go try and find diamonds at the museum, and I could not.
Oh, the weekly diamond search thing. You couldn't find them. What's the clue that you were working on?
Well, I did listen to a different radio station this morning for the second clue, and it
How
did say something
dare.
about traveling through time. So I was like, definitely the museum, because the one in the paper was a building along the Frame Lake Trail or something like that. But it was dark and I was cold, and I didn't know. Maybe it was inside. Maybe we have to wait until they open. So I gave up and I left, and there was 2 cars heading in as I was heading out. So if nothing else, I'm sure I freaked them out a bit.
Yep, diamonds just aren't. Free diamonds are just not worth being cold for.
Could be where the Frontier Visitor Center used to be. I mean, there was a building there at one point in time.
Go to that contaminated site. Just wait on out. Yeah, that'll be.
Wear your mask. Also, I applaud your ability to redirect the heat away from your overeating dog so quickly.
Well, I had a story to tell.
We've told the story of the overeating dog.
We don't know if she overate. It just appears that she.
Well,
did.
you know how I
all
think
the familiar symptoms of severe overeating.
Yeah, the fact that we weighed her and she'd gained 5 pounds in a day. I'm just going to say I think that, if you missed that, that's earlier on in the podcast. You can go download the podcast. And
why are you even asking me about it then if you've already talked about it?
Well, I wasn't. I was just briefly checking if you'd weighed the dogs today.
No.
Okay.
I don't have a scale.
Ah, there you go. Fair enough. Okay, well, we'll get an update for you for Monday. Don't worry, everybody. Meanwhile, here's an update for me, because it's not just Penny's ego that's taking a battering these days. This email came through yesterday. It was sent to AJ directly, to the entire sales team, to the entire main inbox at Cabin Radio, and also directly to me. And it reads as follows. In fact, Sarah, you should read this out, because you're just acerbic enough to deliver this well. So there you go. Look, you should be able to read that. You deliver this as you see fit.
Okay. We should also note that this comes in with like a big yellow warning label, as though it's a big spam message.
Yes, it does. Because it's from an anonymous account. It just says Yellowknifer as the address. The headline, the subject line is tip sales. And here is...
You're able to read this with quite a bit of vitriol yourself?
No, you go.
Okay. Morning and happy Thursday. Here's a tip for you. Sorry to be the bearer of unfortunate news, but no one, not a single person, wants to see Ollie Williams' face right when they open the front page of the Cabin Radio website. Do I keep going?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Get a pretty indigenous model for your sweaters. Maybe they'll sell better. No offense. Just check your ego at the door and think about sales and representation. Yeah? Have a great day. Concerned Yellowknifer.
Concerned Yellowknifer.
Have a great day, Ollie.
Have a great day, Ollie.
Now that's a responsible community member.
Don't want to see your face.
Thanks, anonymous person emailing in.
Now, Ollie,
Check
here's
your
my
ego.
concern. Can you change your face?
It changed pretty dramatically reading that email.
How dare you?
shame.
Front page of your own company, and there you are.
The arrogance.
Just-
the absolute arrogance.
Without a shred of humility, trying to sell your own merch.
I mean, can I just point
Who
out,
are you?
we've almost sold out of those blue sweaters. Can I would just like to raise that. We had to order a whole new batch. Yeah, silence.
Does anyone would like to order one?
fair.
Yeah.
There are a few left on the website.
Well, I mean, conveniently for this person, for whoever this anonymous complainant is, we were already in the process of switching out that ad for a different ad yesterday, so I am no longer on the front page of the Cabin Radio website. You can't
thank
go and see me.
God.
Having said that, if you go on the front page of our store, I am all over that.
He's right.
Oh.
Yeah.
So you can only
Nobody-
check so much ego.
Nobody complained
steps.
when it was Megan and Sibs on the front page of the website. No, we didn't get any emails saying, hey, Megan and Sibs, check your privilege.
Well, they're pretty. I mean, they're not indigenous, but, that's...
I'm
50% of the
pretty.
country.
Yeah, it's half of what he was looking for.
Excuse me, I am delightful, glowing, and radiant.
You're cute at best.
Yeah, but he wants pretty.
Well, I
But I guess he could also be female. We don't know.
we don't know if this person is male or female. Anyway,
Reading it as though it's a guy.
So look.
Vibe.
I'm happy to understand circumstances in which people may not want to open the Cabin Radio app and see my ugly mug. I get that. The one part of this email that I would take issue with is the get a pretty indigenous model for your sweaters. Maybe they'll sell better. Kind of not the point. Little bit tokenistic.
Yeah.
The point of using our stuff to sell our sweaters is that it isn't tokenistic. These are ours. This is our stuff. This is what you're going to get. Now, we do happen to have indigenous show hosts and things like that. One of our indigenous show hosts is the one who makes all the merch. So, she's kind of involved. And what we really want to do is...
Put her face on there.
Yeah,
Right.
She's super pretty, too.
Listen, Moose, if you're listening, you're already on enough of your own merch, right? Your face is all over Erasmus selling all of this stuff. We can't
And
borrow
look
you
how
as
well
well.
that sells.
It sells pretty well. It sells pretty well. Fine.
She doesn't get these emails.
That's true. She probably doesn't get his emails. I would love it if she did. Hey, Sarah Erasmus, what's this with your own face in front of your own website, wearing your own merch that you made?
As a compromise, we should rip the sleeves off one of the sweaters and have Scott flexing as a huge banner on the
God.
front of the website.
Oof.
What do you think?
You want a
I
shot
don't think
to
that
the
would
ego?
sell it.
Yeah.
That'll,
Really, yeah. Showing the guns. And then we'll see if we
tickets
get
that
any.
nobody bought.
Yeah.
Well, if it's guns that you want, just give me 5 years in a gym, and I'm sure I can do something about that.
I'll hold you to that. This is recorded.
Just to finish my thought process on this, we will not be getting pretty indigenous models for our sweaters if that's all they're going to be doing. The whole point of Cabin Radio is that we invest in slightly more serious things than that. We have We've invested in bursaries this year for Indigenous reporting. We work on broadcast workshops with First Nations, things like that. The idea of Cabin Radio is that we train and we hire Indigenous people to work for a northern radio station, and then hopefully one day go on and work for somewhere like CBC or go work for the National and actually get a real start in broadcasting, because you can't really train to be a journalist or a broadcaster up here, which kind of sucks. So that is what we really want to be doing, and not worrying too much about who's wearing a Cabin Radio hoodie at any given point.
Not to say that modeling isn't something to aspire to.
Modeling is absolutely something to aspire to if you're being paid by a reputable agency to do it as a line of work.
Cabin Radio?
Cabin Radio.
Not a reputable agency.
Not a reputable agency. We're really just a bunch of people trying to shift some hoodies, which, by the way, we're fast realizing is not really a money spinner. Like of all the things that Cabin Radio does, probably the one that is the least effective, I would probably say, is selling the merch, because the margins on that thing, not great.
Well, with your face on them.
Clearly, yeah.
That's our downfall.
Okay. I've learned my lesson. I'll check my ego. I'll put Brack and Sibs back on the front page of the Cabin Radio website.
That's what I meant with my email.
Hey, what?
The Mornings at the Cabin podcast.
Friday morning isn't that exciting. It's nearly the weekend. And when you look outside, don't you think to yourself, oh, I can't wait for the weekend? Don't you just want to be outdoors doing something? No, of course you don't. You want to be wrapped up under a blanket by a fire and just wait for May. Anyway, it's Lecter, Sarah, and Emily joining me in Studio 1. Hello, Emily.
Hello.
How's it going?
Very good. How are you?
Yeah, not bad, thank you. Thank you for coming on in here. Now, all I know about this is the whiteboard, which declares pop culture trivia. Emily Blake, 8:30. 8:38, close enough. Why are you inflicting this on us? Tell me more.
As you may know, I do Broad Appeal, the pop culture show on Cabin
As the head
Radio.
of programming, I am aware.
And I just have a passion for pop culture, and I enjoy inflicting it on other people.
What do you define as pop culture?
That's a good question, Ollie. Anything could be pop culture. Media.
I am really hoping for Renaissance history, because I feel like I could get through that one.
Well,
Traditionally, the
pop
stupidest things.
Pop
could
means
be.
popular, Ollie.
Oh, okay. Maybe not Renaissance history then. Oh, you Philistine. Okay, fine. So how's this going to work? How many questions?
So I have 7. I might not do all of them.
7?
But
all right. It's going to take us like 5 minutes of arguing just to answer the first one.
yeah,
They could be like one-word answers. We don't know.
I've just been over-prepared just in case.
No, okay, that's good. We encourage that at Cabin Radio.
Yeah.
It's just never happened before.
We'll figure out what we have time for as we go along.
Yeah.
And for some of the questions, I have multiple choice or clues.
Okay.
So I'll ask the question, and then, if you know it, you can just say it.
Okay.
And then I'll give you the option of... Some of them I don't have clues for, because I'm like, this one's going to be too obvious. But
Okay.
Okay. Obvious.
You have so much faith in us.
So, are we all on one team here?
Yeah, how
Or
do
are
we
we
you're
fighting
you're all
each
on
other?
your own team.
We're all on our own team.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
All right. I like that.
Yeah.
I don't have any faith in myself, but
Sure as
Same
heck
time.
haven't got any faith in me
I
either.
have even
so-
less than you. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Fair.
Is it like stuff from the last week?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
It is within the last week.
Oh, boy.
There goes Renaissance history. Okay then. Question 1, Emily Blake.
Question 1. Glamour magazine has announced its 2020 Women of the Year. Among them are Atlanta Mayor Keisha Lance Bottoms and 4 essential workers at New York's Elmhurst Hospital. Which American actress also made the list?
Well, I didn't recognize either of those first 2 names, so that's not a good start.
So
Me
I
neither.
have either clues or 4 choices. I recommend the 4
okay.
choices.
Yes,
four
yes,
choices.
please. 4 choices.
Okay. Is it A, Viola Davis, B, Regina King, C, Elizabeth Moss, or D, Gal Gadot?
A.
I'd go with, the first one.
I'll also go with the first one.
Safety in numbers.
Incorrect. It is
Oh.
Regina King.
Oh, she was my next guess.
Above the grounds that she was option B. Yeah.
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 Was she B
Then I
or
was-
C?
She was B.
B.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then I was going to guess C after that. And then if that hadn't worked, I was probably going to guess D. Okay, so everybody's on 0 after question 1. You're right.
Okay.
We might get through 7 questions quite quickly here.
This is-
Emily, carry
this is
on.
predictable so
Okay.
far.
Question 2. The Haunting of Bly Manor is a very popular show on Netflix right now, but fans have been shocked to learn that 9-year-old actress Amelia B. Smith, who plays Flora Wingrace in the series, also voices what child's cartoon character?
Oh, I read this on Twitter.
I haven't even heard of the
But I
show.
don't watch
You know, it's popular on Netflix. I'm on Netflix every day. I've never even seen
I've
this.
never
though.
heard of it either.
The what?
No.
The Haunting of Blind Manor?
Bly, B-L-Y.
Bly.
It's sort
Bly.
of, I think it's like a sequel or a prequel to The Haunting of Hill House.
Oh, okay.
Okay, and this child is 9 years old?
Yes.
And they're the voice on a children's show.
Yeah.
So
And
I have to know a children's show that has been made in the last
It's a very popular
years.
children's show. I have clues.
Okay, let's get some clues.
Okay, first of all, it's a British preschool animated TV
no.
series.
Doesn't
Ollie.
Oh, Paw Patrol.
I mean, that was going to be my guess.
No, it's
No,
like
I think
I'm talking about the specific
I remember
character.
seeing the character.
Ah.
It's definitely like an actual
Oh, hang on.
person
What? So
character.
is it
like
the
it's
show,
a
Paw
cartoon
Patrol?
girl.
Oh.
No.
It's not an animal, right?
I don't think Paw Patrol's British, is it?
I thought it was. Oh, well.
Oh, maybe it is.
Right.
It's a farm animal.
Oh, I was
Farm animal.
British show, farm animal.
This character is the name of the show is named after this character. And
Huh.
there's a very popular TikTok about this character. I can't say the next word. Walked. She strutted that runway, mama, so blank could run.
This is honestly like if the quiz was in Turkish, I would have slightly better odds.
I like to think that someone is just loving this right now.
I'm loving it right now.
AJ is sitting on the
Someone other
couch
than
watching
you.
us.
Yeah.
AJ, do you have the answer?
Oh, God.
Hey.
Is it a... Wait, you said a farm animal.
AJ just said it.
Well, yeah, but I couldn't hear him.
I couldn't hear him.
Lecter couldn't hear him either.
Oh, he just high-fived the other Sarah.
Yeah, all right.
They know. They know.
I'm glad everyone out there is cool and down with the kids. If you don't mind, in here, with a collective age of 120, we're all just going to die quietly.
That's why we need to do this.
Emily, we haven't got a clue.
Peppa Pig.
Peppa Pig! I should
Peppa
have
Pig.
known.
Peppa Pig's been around for decades. How's that like a 9-year-old voicing that now? Ugh,
Oh, well,
whatever.
maybe the actor has changed. I don't know.
And how
Whatever.
is Peppa Pig British? That sounds way too cool of a name.
Okay,
to
next
have come.
question.
Anyone
Come on, guys,
British
try and
listening
get
to
one
this?
point. I don't even care who gets the point anymore. Just one of us needs to.
Can't believe
All
it.
right.
All right, first one to get a point. Here we go.
Question number 3.
Yeah.
Kylie Jenner kept her pregnancy
no.
secret in 2017 and
She's
2018.
pregnant. Oh, she was pregnant.
No, this
I
is
see.
this is
How long is the gestation period? All right, I'm in the game. 9 months, Emily.
this is the precursor. Which female actress just gave birth to a son, her second child?
Oh, Mindy Kaling.
Yes.
Oh,
Woo! 1 point, Sarah.
Well done. So is that it?
What, literally one female actress has just given birth to a son?
No, she was saying she also kept her pregnancy secret.
I knew where she was going with this question.
Okay, but then...
I got that so quickly she didn't even have time to finish the question.
I'm just saying there could be other female actresses who kept their pregnancy secret. Who
Name
by
them.
their...
Name them, Ollie.
Well, I can't because they kept their pregnancy secret.
They won't tell us.
Well, she's announced that she had a child, so
Well, it's not secret then,
anymore.
is it?
The pregnancy was secret. The birth was not.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, that's usually how it goes, I guess.
All
Is
right.
it? Is it? Is it? Usually the
I'll
pregnancy's a secret.
Well, yeah.
Okay, question
Anyway.
4.
We digress, yes.
Many popular American TV shows and films are actually filmed in Vancouver, from Riverdale to Deadpool.
If you say so, Canada.
What actor who plays a villain in the Supergirl TV series, which is also filmed in Vancouver, recently made the news because he lost his wedding ring on Vancouver's seawall until a former professional soccer goalkeeper, Chris Turner, found it with a metal detector.
What a story.
Yeah, that's great. I got no clue.
No
You weren't
idea.
reading the news? Okay.
The only person I feel like you have to guess Ryan Reynolds if it's Vancouver, but I feel like I would
I'll
have
give
heard
you
about
clues.
that.
I'll give you clues. He's known for being in 2.5 Men and Pretty in Pink.
John Cryer.
Yeah.
Never seen either of them.
1 point Lecter.
I have
That
not
is,
seen any of the shows mentioned at any point in that question.
But surely you've seen like commercials, entertainment news, something.
I don't know who John Pryor is, put it that way.
Pryor.
Cryer. Okay, him. I don't know him either.
He plays Lex Luthor in the Supergirl TV series.
Okay.
And he's not Charlie Sheen. That was my
Yeah.
deductive
Okay.
reasoning here.
Very
No,
good.
fair enough.
Okay,
yeah,
1 point Lecter, 1 point Sarah.
Okay. Initially, you see, I thought of Martin Sheen then and realised that was
Martin
not who you
Sheen.
meant. Yeah.
Okay,
That's the only Sheen I know.
question number 5. Cardi B recently celebrated her birthday in Las Vegas. How old is Cardi B?
Ooh.
34.
29.
28.
Yes! Lecter!
Went
But
with
if
the
you had
old,
guessed first, would you have still guessed 28?
I had
Or-
28 in my head based on absolutely nothing.
When, out of interest?
Very recently. I'm not sure what
Like
date her
October the
birthday
12th?
was. Sure.
Because that would be the same day, therefore, as Sarah Price.
Well, I can Google it. Let's see.
Because if she turned 28, then they would have been born on the exact same day.
Wow. Sounds like we need a collaboration song here.
Like,
Baby
Cardi B
shark.
and Sarah P.
Cardi B and Sarah P.
okay. Anyway, you get on with the next question. I could Google
Her
that.
birthday's October 11th.
Oh,
So
she's a
close.
day older than you.
Wow.
Yeah, she just, yeah.
Well, that's
that
gotta
explains
feel
her
good.
success.
Okay.
Okay.
Question number 6. Okay, the 46th season of Saturday Night Live is currently underway, and they were taking COVID precautions very seriously. In fact, country singer Morgan Wallen was scheduled to make his debut performance on the 3rd episode, but was replaced by Jack White after photos surfaced on social media of him at a party without a mask, also making out with young women shortly before the show was being filmed. What comedian hosted the episode whose opening monologue has been quite divisive?
Bill Burr.
Yep.
Ha!
3
good at
points.
this game.
Good job, Lex.
I was like, oh, SNL, I have a chance at this one. It was a great monologue, by the way.
Yeah, well, not everyone agreed, but I liked it. But
Yeah, all right. Question 7. Is the news next?
so
You got a minute for this. Go on.
several actresses and singers are pregnant right now.
Oh, good.
Name one.
I don't know.
Name
Madonna.
Madonna!
That's your favorite reference.
Wow.
Incorrect.
Prove she isn't.
I mean, how old is she? I don't know that it's
Yeah.
physically possible.
If anyone was going to
tough.
have the money, the time, and the scientific, heft, it would surely... No, okay, fine.
She's probably just keeping it a secret.
I don't
all
know.
the rage.
Nor do I care.
Sorry, did you say actresses /
Actresses or singers.
or singers? Name one that's pregnant. Well, not Mindy Kaling.
Probably one of the Kardashians.
Not that I'm aware of.
Really? Wow. Okay.
10-second clock on this.
Who
Come on,
else
Ollie.
could be pregnant?
Get a point.
I can't
Just
even
start
think of
throwing
any
names out.
actresses or singers.
Blake,
Cher.
Blake Lively just had a kid recently. I
Dolly
think,
Parton.
Yeah.
Why are you naming the oldest
Yeah,
people
right?
you can
Dolly
think?
Parton just happens to be the song up next. And I was like, I need a singer. I looked down the list. There it was,
Are
Dolly
you
Parton.
going to say Betty White next?
I don't know. Who else have I got here? Is
Joan
female?
Rivers? Holy, she's dead.
Okay, do you want me to name all the actresses?
Not all
All
of
of
them,
them?
because there's quite a few. Just give us 3.
Okay, Megan Trainor, Kelly
Sure.
Rowland,
Yeah,
Ashley Simpson,
that'll do.
Nicki Minaj.
Okay, fading it out. Fading.
They're all pregnant?
Yes.
Wow.
Presumably by different people. I mean, it's not that much of a shock, is it?
What a mom's group that would
COVID
be.
babies.
All right, everybody. Well, that was thoroughly dispiriting.
Well,
right.
thanks. And congratulations, Selector.
Big
yeah,
win.
well done. Lecter, you are officially the king of popular culture.
Who would have thought?
Not me.
Not on Instagram,
But-
not on TikTok. Still right up with the kids.
It's impressive. It shows you can still scroll through Facebook and learn a lot. Isn't that a heartening thing to have discovered at the end of the show?
Thanks for listening. Check out more from the show at cabinradio.ca and by following the Mornings at the Cabin Facebook page.